Paradise beaches, friendly weather, coral reefs, blue ocean, palm trees, and good tourist infrastructure. A little paradise on Earth?
Some people say so. But if you like to see monuments, walk down narrow streets from medieval times, and visit museums, then this place is not for you.
It has an equatorial climate, very humid, and therefore its average annual rainfall is over 2,000 millimeters, and the average annual air temperature is 27 degrees Celsius.
Citizens of this country are known as kind-hearted, helpful, and friendly people worldwide.
Hi, we are Eva
and Martin.
We want to tell you about the lowest lying country in the world. We want to tell you about the Maldives, often called heaven on earth. Once upon a time, thousands of stars fell from the sky into the ocean, but they did not disappear in the vastness of the waters, but rose to their surface, creating a paradise archipelago.
The legend does not lie. We can see its truth for ourselves, looking from the plane's windows at the silvery white, tiny islands scattered on the turquoise surface of the ocean. How do these tiny islands, lost in the vastness of the ocean, seem defenseless against the forces of nature, cyclones and storm waves, without big cities, museums full of art and impressive monuments, attract thousands of tourists every year? What is their phenomenon?
For what reasons they have become an icon of the perfect vacation? Luxury resorts, palm-fringed beaches and magnificent coral reefs can be found in many corners of the world that are much easier to reach. So why do many of us dream of spending even a few days on these amazing islands? The answer is simple, because here we can find a foretaste of paradise, a sunny climate, with a hot turquoise sea, charming lagoons, colorful coral reefs and sandy beaches. It is located on the ridge of an undersea volcanic chain, almost entirely made of corals growing on the oceanic undersea ridge. The archipelago consists of 26 atolls, and the very process of their formation is a curiosity. It starts with the formation of a volcanic island in the ocean. The later processes are the accumulation of a coral reef around the island, with the simultaneous sinking of the ocean floor. The volcanic cone is eroded. One of its products is sand on which plants can grow. On the outer side of the atoll, there is a beach shaped by the waves. It descends steeply to the depths. The beaches on the lagoon side are much wider and the water is mostly shallow.
The Maldives is an archipelago of 1,200 smaller and larger coral islands, located in the middle of the Indian Ocean. It is considered one of the most beautiful in the world. In the rankings of the most visited places, they usually occupy one of the first positions. It is a synonym of happiness, carefree relaxation, tropical exoticism and perverse luxury. The Maldives archipelago is 820 kilometers long from north to south and 130 kilometers wide. The beginnings of the tourist boom in the Maldives in the 70s are related to coral reefs. The first island on which a tourist resort was established in 1972 was Kurumba on the Male North Atoll. Back then, about 90% of arriving tourists were diving enthusiasts. No wonder, the beauty of the local reefs and the diversity of the underwater world were second to none. There was simply everything a diver could dream of.
Shoals of colorful fish, friendly manta rays and dolphins, menacing reef sharks, underwater rocks, multicolored coral gardens and shipwrecks. In order to protect these natural ecosystems, 25 protection zones have been created, where fishing and anchoring of boats is prohibited, and in addition, all species of reef-forming corals are protected by the Washington Convention. Fortunately, in many places we can still admire these amazing natural wonders and drift floating above the coral gardens. Although the greatest tourist attractions in the Maldives are, of course, paradise beaches, with hot and extremely fine sand, active recreation enthusiasts will also be delighted. You can do all water sports here, from windsurfing or sailing, to water skiing, to diving, or the increasingly fashionable snorkeling, which is the simplest form of observing underwater life. On the North and South Male Atoll, there are as many as 30 places ideal for diving, and the picturesque coral reefs make tourists from all over the world come here. The Paradise Archipelago provides contact with a diverse and rich underwater world. You can see dolphins, dangerous moray eels, rays, sharks and of course turtles. meeting with which always brings a lot of satisfaction and emotions. This miracle of nature, which is the reef, is home to more than 1,500 species of fish, 400 species of coral, and 6 out of the 7 species of sea turtles. Corals provide shelter, food, and spawning grounds for more than 25% of all ocean fish species. Often, underwater reefs are compared to the wealth of rainforests. And to think that a dozen or so years ago, an individual tourist could not travel freely in the Maldives.
From the 1970s, as a standard, tourists were transported straight from the airport to private, luxurious islands, resorts, where Maldivians do not live alone. Wealthy tourists basked in luxury, and the inhabitants fell into increasing poverty. Several years ago, residents were allowed to receive foreign visitors. Numerous small hotels were built quickly, offering reasonable prices that attracted tourists with a less affluent wallet.
In the capital of the archipelago, there is a tsunami monument, erected after the tragedy of 2004, when a huge wave hit the entire archipelago. 80 people died, 30% of the inhabited islands were destroyed, the inhabitants of 13 of them had to leave due to the destruction of residential buildings, infrastructure, and contamination of drinking water sources. Male was flooded in 60%, luckily it was not completely destroyed, so we can still admire the capital of the flattest country in the world, which is confirmed by an entry in the Guinness Book of Records.
my steps in my moves, and I got my dancing shoes. That's right, come on, that's right, come on, that's right. If all you want is to tap your feet, then baby, I got what you need.
The Maldives is the lowest country in the world. The average height is 1.5 meters above the ocean level. The country is still losing the race against rising water, but the inhabitants are not giving up. To save the capital, it was surrounded by a breakwater worth $136 million.
Take my hands off fighting, but please don't get me wrong. I just wanna be dancing with you all night long. Melodies and grooves, and nothing to prove. And if you wanna make a move, we can go any way you choose. That's right, come on, that's right, come on, that's right. If all you want is to tap your feet, then baby, I got what you need. Oh, yeah, rings on the phone.
The Maldives are beautiful and delightful. Let us hope that future generations will be able to enjoy the beauty of this country.
We will definitely come back here. Bye.
Goodbye.
What you need, what you need, I got 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 what you need.